Hey, welcome to October. This is Half Asian Tarot Queen and I'm Elisa. And this is the monthly reading for October. So if you're kind of new to the channel, the monthly readings is where I headquarter the tarot deck giveaways, which I do kind of once a month, and it's just like a community building fun thing that we do. So the giveaway for September was this Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, which I'll be featuring in the reading. I love this deck. It's super beautiful and gold and sparkly. I usually do the drawing at the beginning of the reading, but because the full moon falls on October 1st this year, I am going to do it at the end, because basically I'm doing the reading a little bit ahead of time, which I usually don't do, but I'm doing because of the full moon. So I want to also mention that the giveaway for October that I'm featuring is the Urban Tarot, and this is a new deck that I just got and I really love it. It's based on a traditional tarot, but like all the archetypes in the deck have been sort of updated with like modern day archetypes. So it's really cool. It's inspired by New York City, and yeah, there's just like all these urban urban storylines and archetypes. So I'm going to start building this deck into the readings, and I'm just going to pick one card. Oops. Okay, I guess that's going to be the card for October. Oh my gosh, this is cool. Okay, so we got the Nine of Pentacles, and it's gain. So this is really interesting because the readings leading up to October in August and in September have been talking about there's just been this theme of like overcoming oppression, and like the reading for September was called Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead, and it's just like about like some harsh truth being revealed and kind of paving the way for this new beginning. So it looks like things are starting to turn around in October, which is really positive. So yeah, I'm gonna be featuring a card from this deck in every reading this month, so you can kind of see the archetypes and how cool it is, you know, because it's very ancient but then modern at the same time. And I think also just especially being inspired by New York City and how it was before all of this COVID crisis hit. You know, it's like really celebrating New York, which, you know, I think New York can use some extra love right now. So that's the featured deck for October. If you're interested in entering, I'm going to put links down below to the Instagram and Facebook posts where you can put an entry. Basically, you're just going to put your YouTube handle and tag a friend. So there's you can do it on the YouTube channel, you know, underneath this video. You can do it on Instagram, or you can do it on Facebook. And the links for that are going to be down below. And yeah, we do it every month. It's not like a super competitive giveaway, so the chances of winning are really high. And I feel like it's been cool. Like I've been slowly building community, and it's cool that like so far, you know, the people who've won have been as into the decks I've been featuring as me. So it's cool to spread the love and like other people being as into them as me, because, you know, from where I am, I'm a little bit in an isolation right now, so it's just cool to like have that enthusiasm and be able to share it. So okay, so I'm going to Mystical Shaman Oracle right now, which is, it's pretty much my favorite deck, and I'm just gonna pull some cards to start this reading with. This was in the giveaway for, I think it was July. So that one went to India, and it took forever for it to get there, but it's there now. And yeah, it's exciting. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy because the colors always kind of like I don't know, meld together. So the message is super interesting. At the bottom of the deck we have Thunder. So this is like a wake-up call, you know, and this is a card of like just your external world kind of going through like a profound change, and often that can be triggered by the change that's going on within you, but it's like manifesting, you know, like things are getting shaken up, you know, and but the message that's coming through with this configuration of cards is really interesting, because we have the arrow, which this is a card of alignment. It's a card of being in alignment with the highest good, and you could call it God consciousness, or, you know, the universe, or all that is. But when you are in alignment, when your intentions are in alignment with the highest good, and not necessarily with your ego, but what's best for everyone, when you pull your arrow and release it into the universe, like, your arrow is going to hit the mark, you know? So this is like really, like, I mean, the story of David and Goliath comes up for me, you know, because it's just sort of like he, you know, it's just like this boy, and he had this little slingshot, you know, but like when he pulled it, and it like hit like right square between the eyes, and like he took down this giant, you know, but that's because he was kind of being an instrument for something bigger than him, you know, and he was open to and had reverence for his role, you know, as this player in this larger scheme of things, you know. And so then, which this kind of falls naturally into the rattle, which the rattle is a card of just sort of like co-creating with the spirit, and calling in spirit or God or the universe to, you know, do what's meant to be. So it's just sort of like not trying to control an outcome, but like being clear about what your intentions are and putting them out there, and then letting that go, and letting it be up, giving it up to God or spirit or universe, you know, like knowing that you just did the right thing, and just trusting. And that's kind of like, this combination I think is really powerful, you know, because it's like not acting from this place of needing to control or from your ego, but just acting. There's this Bob Dylan song called, and it was kind of when he became a Christian, and like during that whole era, and the song is called like, You Gotta Serve Somebody, you know, because it's just like this huge trap that happens to man when you get so hung up on your ego and having to control things and having things to be the way that you want them to be, you know. But really, what these cards are saying is that that's not real power. Like, real power is to be in alignment and to be serving this higher calling. And then that flows really nicely into the witness, you know, which is like basically the opposite of trying to control outcomes and trying to like force your will on a situation. Like, the witness just allows, you know, and like knows that their intentions are good and they're in alignment, and then they let things unfold, you know. And that's the power. Like, that's this wake-up call. Like, that is this like profound lesson that's going to bring in this gain, is that instead of trying to like control outcomes and make things happen according to your will, real power lies in being aligned with what's right and good and true, and with the power of spirit, and trusting that if you are in alignment and following your purpose, that the best outcome will come to you, you know, even if it might not be what you think at the time. So like, for example, for me right now, I had to go through this whole process because, you know, I had to take care of my mom. I'm going to be shuffling from the muse while I'm telling this story, but like, I've kind of brought this up before, but it's just like I had this job and it was my dream job and I was going to go overseas and I was really excited because I was going to do exactly what I've always wanted to do, you know, and I was going to be doing it in Europe where I've always wanted to live, and it was just like my dream job. But then all this emergency like came up with my family, and my mom has dementia. She can't live by herself. Somebody has to take care of her, and somebody had to like step up. And it wasn't really like in alignment with what I thought I was supposed to be doing or what I thought I wanted to be doing, but it was what I was clearly supposed to be doing. Like there was like all these signs that I was the one that was meant to take responsibility, you know? And so at the time that it happened, it was like a real bummer, you know, because it was just sort of like, oh my gosh, I've had to give up all my dreams, like, but I gotta do this, right? You know, well, in the meantime, right after that happened, like COVID hit and like everything went to crap. You know, I was supposed to be starting this brand new business overseas and it was going to be awesome, but then like COVID hit, you know, and so it's just like, it hit like really hard and, you know, right where I was supposed to be moving, and if I had gone, it would have been a disaster. And beyond that, like right now, turns out is like the worst time ever to start a new business, you know, that could possibly happen. So it's just sort of like, I thought, you know, I was giving up all my dreams, and like if I had been like totally trapped in my ego, I really could have gotten trapped in like a bad loop there, because it would have been a real bummer, you know. But I just followed the path of what I knew in my heart was I was supposed to be doing. And now it turns out that actually it's the best thing I could have possibly done, because if I had gone on the path that I was gone, I would have been doomed, you know. So things work out how they're supposed to, you know, when you're in alignment with the highest good, and when you're not like in alignment with your ego, because that can sometimes really lead you on a bad trap, you know, like it can really set you up for a harsh reality check. But you know, that's kind of what's been happening, you know, like there's been all these harsh reality checks that have been like leveling the playing field. And so it's like weird, because there's like this coming up of like people who sort of like followed the calling instead of necessarily their ego. And like, you know, you never know. Life is like a box of chocolates. Okay, so overall we got the Fool, we got the Two of Voices, and we have the Nine of Emotions. And then at the bottom, we have the Eight of Inspiration. So this is a card of a message coming in, or like quick, something changing really fast, and like it's coming in quick, you know. So it's interesting because, so we've got the Fool, which is like basically just sort of like, off we go into the wild blue yonder, you know, like you're just going for it, you know, like you're just taking a leap of faith, you know, and like you're going off into this new adventure, you know. But then we also have the Two of Voices, which is a card of dissonance and of like having like an inner conflict, you know, like you might be blocked, like, you know, you really want to take this leap of faith and just like go on this new adventure, but maybe you're scared, you know, so you have this inner conflict about it, you know. But then we have the Nine of Emotions, which is a card of like wishes coming true, you know. So it's like there's this leap of faith that's happening, and there's wishes coming true, but like I think there's also a little hesitation about it, or maybe some fear. I'm not sure. I'm going to keep pulling cards and see what we get, but I'm going right now to the Golden Art Nouveau, which is the deck that was featured for September. So I'm going to announce a winner at the end of this reading for this deck. Yeah. Okay. So anyways, I'm going to pull a couple cards. If you're new to the channel, you might notice that the videos on this channel aren't arranged according to date or zodiac sign, but they're arranged according to storylines. So like I'll link other readings up here that might be related to this reading. I also have them arranged according to playlists where like related readings I'll put together in playlists, and I have those organized down there so you can check it out. Just different ways to browse the channel. I'm not really trying or aspiring to be starting a tarot channel or being a tarot reading. Or a tarot reader. I just really love tarot, and I've had like all these profound coincidences that have come up from just like doing readings for other people, and so I love doing that. But actually, what I'm trying to do is to build like a wellness channel or a wellness platform, because that's like my bigger goal. So okay, I'm gonna quit babbling because I got some cards here now. But we got the Knight of Swords. So this is a message of truth or clarity that's coming in, and it's coming in fast, you know. So it's like we've got the Eight of Wands, and then we have the Eight of Wands again down here. So like there's like some message of truth or clarity that's like coming in, and like it's like you can't ignore it, like it's just happening, you know. And then we have the Queen of Wands. So this is a queen that's like, she's like in her power, and she's like really a manifester, you know, like she's figured out how to channel her emotions and like use them to like manifest outcomes in the three-dimensional world. Like she's got it going on, and she's like fiery, and she's passionate, and she gets things done, you know. So it's interesting because we've got taking this leap of faith into this new beginning. We've got this fiery, passionate queen, and we've got this message coming in, and that's right on top of this arrow, which is like someone who's like in alignment, you know. This is like David and Goliath, like in alignment with the highest good, you know. So it's like, okay, that's interesting. And then we have the Magician, which is a card of manifesting, and we have the King of Wands, which is, that's the divine counter. This is a couple, you know. So this King of Wands is like also like he's in his power, and he makes things happen, and he's like, you know, like he's like a creator, you know, like he creates things out of nothing, you know. And so it's interesting because we have that right under this co-creation with spirit, and there's like this inner conflict, but we're manifesting some sort of outcome, you know. So it's like interesting because we have this marriage between, you know, like being in alignment with the highest good and co-creating with spirit, which like this is a powerful alignment, like this marriage, you know. Like it's like if you're in alignment with what's good and you're co-creating with spirit, and you're just like putting your intentions out there clearly, but just like letting spirit just figure it out, you know, like that's so powerful, you know. And but it's like we have that, you know, we've got this powerful like power couple, you know, like that's the most powerful combination that you have, you know. And we have this message coming in, and something like being manifested, you know. So it's interesting because it's like the birth, something's like bubbling up into like the world, you know, and being born, you know. It's something profound, you know, because there's like all these messages coming through about it, like this is a big deal, you know. but then there's like also like some inner conflict about it, which suggests that there's like some sort of drama, you know, or surrounding the situation, which makes sense because like all the readings leading up to now have been like all about, you know, like having to overcome some sort of oppression or some sort of like delusional reality, you know, like having, like the truth is going to have to break through some sort of obstruction in order for this situation to be born, you know. And then we have the Judgment, which is a card of like reckoning, or a card of like truth being told. And then we have the Three of Swords, which is a card of heartbreak, you know. So this, what this tells me is kind of what I was just saying, you know, like there's something like bubbling up, you know, and it's been being oppressed from happening for like a really long time by, you know, somebody living in their ego, you know, what I was talking about. Like if you are trying to force an outcome, force your will, like the outcome that's going to happen for you is most likely going to be this, because at the end of the day, spirit, like God, is in control. Like you can co-create with it, you can align yourself with that power, you know, but you're not in control, you know. Like true power is in being the witness, you know, and just being still, knowing your true intentions, being in alignment with that, and then having reverence for power that's higher than, bigger than you, you know. That's the lesson. Like that's the lesson of the month. Like that's the wake-up call, you know. And if you're not in alignment with that, like move over bacon, because there's something leaner, you know. I mean, that's kind of what's going to happen. Okay, so I just pulled 3 cards of how we're going to move through. We got 2 of Cups at the bottom, so that's been coming through a lot too. This is this beautiful swimming and flowing in this beautiful love connection. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Inspiration. And again, we have this message. Like, this message is like coming through loud and clear. It's like dun dun dun, dun. Like, actually it fell on top of this. Like, hear ye, hear ye. This is the way it is. And like, that's just it, you know. So it's like, it looks like this Queen of Pentacles, this earthly, she's been like nose to the grindstone getting her done, you know, and she's been through the ringer. Like, this is a card of like the wounded warrior, like having just like been through everything and probably not necessarily deserving it, but like there's a big change coming in for this person. So it's just sort of like, I don't know, like the thing that just came through to me with this was like a Cinderella story. Like, this is Cinderella. Like, she's been like downtrodden, and now it's just like, hear ye, hear ye. The Queen of Pentacles is marrying the prince. Hi. Okay, so yeah, sorry, I got interrupted, but it's like, hear ye, hear ye. We're announcing that the prince wants to marry this person, or, you know, something of that caliber. So, it's the harvest moon and it's full moon. So, like, things are coming to fruition and, like, bubbling up, you know. So, since it's the full moon, I'm going to pull from Moonology and Queen of the Moon Oracle to end the reading. And then, yeah, I'll come back tomorrow with the drawing. There's only a few entries, so chances are high, you know, of winning. And I hope it's you. But I'll pull that at the end. And yeah, again, if you want to enter the reading for the Urban Tarot, that's in the links down below. Okay. All right. So we've got balanced spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces, and don't let your past hold you back. It's interesting how these like color-coded like match. So it's just like, you know, things are coming into balance, and like maybe there's like some sort of, because there's actually been like a lot of messages coming through in the last couple weeks too about healing some sort of inherited pattern or like a family curse or something, you know, and like this is like a pattern that like you aren't necessarily conscious of, but it's just like something that you inherited, and it's like coming into your consciousness so that you're like able to heal it, so that like whatever this pattern is like no longer holding you back, and you're kind of getting liberated. Like there was a reading called Liberation, liberated from this old wound, and it's allowing you to move forward into this like brand new, shiny new, like great new beginning. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna pull one more because this is really cool. All right, it's gonna be that one. Perfect. Okay, so we got Faith, the Worm Moon, which is a card, you know, keep the faith, like this is a process, we're getting there, you know. And then we have Blossoming, Flower Moon, so like, you know, this person is like coming into their power, you know, and coming into alignment, you know, with something bigger than themselves. And this is leading to like some beautiful outcomes. And then the last card, this is so perfect, is we got Harvest Moon, fruition, which is basically what I was just saying. Things are coming to fruition, bubbling up into reality. And like, this is a really powerful reading also because we got 3 full moons. Like, I don't think that's ever happened before. I got 3 full moons. So that's like some stuff that's been brewing for a while, you know? And it's like all coming together. So it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful reading. So the month of October is looking really good. There's actually another full moon that happens on Halloween on the last day of October. So we're starting and ending the month with full moons. So I guess that's kind of appropriate that we got these 3 full moons on the reading. But we'll have another full moon reading at the end of the month, and we'll check back soon. And yeah, I'll tag on a thing at the end with the winners of the drawing. So, hey, okay, I'm back. It's the Harvest Moon tonight, so I'm drawing this quick. I got a box this time. The winner of the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot deck, which is this month's giveaway, is, looks like it's Kimber Watts. So, yay! If you're interested in entering for October, don't forget, the links are down below. It's just your YouTube handle and link a friend. That's it. And we'll see you next month. Or actually before that with the readings, but with the giveaway. The giveaway will be next month at the beginning. Okay, bye.